Hello, everybody, and welcome to another episode of CPU booking slash me booking of the Pro Wrestling Sim. We've added a backstage person and a wrestler, of a male wrestler, Moses, and now we are going to add a female wrestler overall. Add filter, word type wrestler, and that, apply filters. So I don't think we. Yeah, no, I didn't think we could. Have her. Yeah, she's still in formal, but she has good chemistry as a team with Tegan. I mean, we could bring her back, but that wouldn't be really the case. We aren't really using tag teams right now for women. Right, slow money can be annoying. Alright. We have Jada Duncan, who's a heel based in North America. $309, that's not too bad. We're gonna put her at lower mid card right now, and requires entertainment skill, which she has above that, so she's good. The overall, I'll kind of teach you with all of these boosts and stuff like that. Oh, she's driven for money. Requires slow heal boost. Nah, I'll keep her as royalty on that. About that. So overall, within all of these, so when it requires entertainment skill, I was learning this kind of as I was playing the game with the other two series that I still have on my channel. The entertainment skill, it doesn't really go into effect unless if they have 70 or above. So if this worker for entertainment skill was at a 69 or 68, it would not really kick in to anything within that. So I really should have probably looked at all this. That some of these wrestlers don't really have the full capability of some of this stuff because their entertainment skill may not be at a 70. So then their true gimmick doesn't go into full fruition of them doing what it needs to do. So, but then within this, they'll have a talking angle boost and a video angle boost within them being a musical performer, for example. And then fast popularity gain and slow popularity lost. So obviously that's kind of, as it's saying, you're gonna lose your popularity slow, but you're gonna gain it fast. And then there's also slow pop, or there's a fast loss and fast gain. So you basically can lose it as much as you can gain it. But I don't know if there's a slow gain and slow loss, but it within this, unless if you're a wholesome face, no, even then it's slow and slow, but there's not a slow gain and a fast loss. So either way, it's a fast or slow gain, and it's a fast or slow loss. And then they have angle boosts and entertainment skill stuff will be involved with it. So we're going to give her that. We're going to do it for 2 years like I have with the rest. Stipulations, worker preference, so we're not going to acknowledge travel expenses because it's probably already in the cost when we do the other stuff. So Jada Duncan, she's 21, so that is perfect. She has 2 years of experience, so that is good as well. And she has 88 and going up on wrestling skill, star power 21, so that's perfect. We can work your way up with that star power, and that is essentially it, because we have 20 people now. So we have 12 heels, 8 faces, and that is perfect amount of wrestlers until we start, making that profit to kind of, unless if people were to leave and stuff like that. And I will make it interesting within the next year of this series as well. So stay tuned for that. We will move to the next 7 days. Arabella is going to get a little upset because I did not do her promise, but overall, I thought I had a little bit more time, but our just date that we have it on is after the date. I've been working hard recently. So what I got, like a main event for July, except we may put the tag team titles on the line in the main event with what has been going on. 5 days away, so yeah, failed to meet. This hurts your relationship. Hassan and Iker. Sure. You can do that on the next event as a pre-show dark match. To be honest, that's what we'll do. That way that satisfies that, because they're both faces, so it really doesn't make sense. Pre-show, agent with Sammy Adams. Titles, there's nothing. So that's that. So, we are going to give Luis a break. Son came freshly off the loss of Moses. Can have Moses and Luis go at it each other for 10 minutes. Sammy, purpose, make Moses look good. Option. We want this in the main show. And then I'll add Christian there. Then we'll add an angle, stare down of Christian and Moses afterwards. So those two will kind of look at each other, but that will be that. We can add a match of even though I know this team does not, they have bad chemistry, obviously I've mentioned every single episode, but it is what it is. They've been working well together. Didn't add that. So that will be the main event. We'll add an angle for Jada Duncan for a video. Probably put it there. Or when was the last time they had something? Which was last month. I said we'll take a break from it. We'll do that. Chemistry is that. Samira wanted against Emmy. So that was perfect. To book. There. Jada. Leslie. Okay, so they're on the rise of going up. What is that storyline? 49% right now. We're going to make it a normal match. I'm going to add a storyline. It's going to be Moses. Christian right now. Chasing to get the title. So there's that. So that's that. And And go with talking 5 minutes. And then there's that. Stirring up. Tegan. Higher star power is at 15.6. Honestly, what we could do $62, $39, that's not going to do it. Want this to have a major spot. Purpose, steal a show, make history. It's just a normal match. Could make it a ladder match. No disqualifications. There, we'll do that. I get 15 minutes. Should we do that towards the end of the show? No, we're gonna do it that way. So that we're gonna do it that way because Eloise and that they're big in their feud. They're decent in this one. There's that. 5 minutes. There's that. Tegan. Then we can add an angle. Of matches made. There we go. We're going to start it. So we have Hassan Niker, so that satisfies that email with the push, 37%. 3-star match, 77% match quality, and 57% final score. Then we have a Tegan cutting a promo on Eloise Harrison going for the title. And they gained both 0.1 and would slightly better crowd response if she had more momentum. Then we have Moses Klein and Lewis Calling, who lost the main title. Moses had a boost because of their gimmick. Got a better crowd reaction than you'd expect. He is riding a wave of momentum right now. And the vocal crowd were in love with it. Sammy Andrews did the heavy lifting, and Moses Klein was made to look like a threat in the match. 49% crowd reaction, 3.5-star match, 79% match quality, and 64% final score. Then we got Christian Gaines with Moses Klein as Moses is staring down. Moses Klein, after the match, after him winning, Moses gains 0.2, Christian gains 0.1. Would get a slight better crowd response if he had a little bit more momentum. 74% final score. This satisfies the Samira and MEE email with the work that she wanted to do with her. So Samira had the star power. Sammy Andrews did all the heavy lifting and stuff, and she was out of breath. Vocal crowd were in love with this segment. 51% match quality. 1-star match, 56% max, or 50. 1-star match with a 56% match quality, and then 53 final score. Then we have Jada Duncan, as we hired her within this episode, finding her, and this is the last superstar we have to add to our roster. 0.2 she gained from it, 96% final score. Then we have Hannah Wang and Leslie O'Brien. They're both kind of in the heat wave right now, but Hannah talks about Leslie, and Leslie talks about Hannah. So I guess Hannah got the most out of it with 37% final score. So their storyline is kind of going downhill a little bit. Then we have the mid title. As Anthony Wilson and Max Gracia has been going at it. They had a big spot in the match, so it kind of helped their match a little bit. They had a 26% crowd reaction, 3-star match with a 76% match quality, and then 51% final score. And Anthony Wilson is the first mid champion. Then we have Eloise and Arabella Baxter. Of Eloise losing. The title was not on the line, so she did not lose the title. It was a 61% final score. Crowd were in love with it. 42% 42% crowd reaction. 3.5-star match. 79% match quality, and 61% final score. Then we have a main event with Hardcore Duo and Dylan and Basile. Dylan and Basile won, even though Dylan and Basile have bad chemistry as a team. But overall, I guess Jonathan's performance was much worse than usual. So they had a big spot within the match that may have cost it, but it seems like everyone was on their feet and stuff. So 46% crowd reaction, 1.5-star match, 68% match quality, and 57% final score. Then we have a 53 with Emil Jensen makes a match involving Tegan Scout and Eloise. So who knows if Eloise will lose the title. We will end the show. It will gain as 40, would have been a 60 if we had more of a production, and a 0.2 we gained from it. So we have 4 emails, so we had 100, so we got that 1,500. I probably didn't switch the event. I probably should have. So we were probably sold out, so we got the 1,500. Promise to Dylan succeeded, Samira succeeded, and Hassan succeeded. So we will go to event histories, and we sold out. So yeah, I did not change to the 500, which is okay. We will change this venue to that one. So at least we got max quality out of that. So we will go and simulate 7 days. Hopefully there's no interruptions with emails, as we are kind of like the GM, the owner, and we do everything in between. Alright, no emails. Email. Jonathan Robinson has been offered a contract by MVW. So hopefully click to renegotiate. $2 weeks, 2 years. He accepts it. Does that mean he leaves my company? guess we'll sim the next day and see if he leaves. Okay, so he still signs, I guess he signs a developmental contract with them. Okay. I think overall Basile and Jonathan and Edward, well, Edward and Jonathan work together. But then adding Basile as a bad chemistry opponent kind of ruins that whole entire thing. That's probably what drags those matches down. So hopefully Jonathan doesn't leave, because he is a big portion of our... I mean, we have good, decent amount of superstars, but 11 days, ME. Okay, we're going to go 2 years at that price. She's at 80 star power. She's growing. Okay. Alright, perfect. Offered by IAW, and she has also been offered by IAW. Sure. So promotions. This is probably... Okay, so that's written. That's written. So does that mean that they're gone? No, they're still here. Okay. Alright. So I will re-sign you on a 2-year deal. Okay. Everyone else expires at the end of the year. Okay. We will see what happens, I guess. We have 4 days left. Proceed. Hopefully you've been enjoying these episodes, as you know, you see how everything is all involved, and a lot of things have changed within this game, as I previously had the other two series that when I was first making those episodes, I wrote everything down in a notebook, wanted to push everything, meaning not like push it off like video wise, but like try to schedule everything out and then book it in, and then as soon as we got to the event, sim up to the event, and then would record and everything. But then with this, it's like it's all updated and stuff, and there still probably is updates to this game that's been happening, but then it was like as soon as I got something going within my worlds and everything that I've made, then there's updates to the game, and then it's like you have to restart. And then if you're close to being bankrupt or anything like that, especially if you're just starting into this and you're not even making money yet to make profit, then it could be your do or die situation. Because if you were to go to production, some of this is you have to pay the upfront implementation cost, and that is $1 million up front. So if I were to click this and then I click the India license and then I click back, I'm paying for $2 million because I decided to flip back and forth. So and with going from this, and then you're paying an upfront of $500, and then it's $10,000 per month, and then same, like, so on and so forth, that you're paying, you know, $20,000 up front, but then it adds 15,000 or 15% max show score. So then it would go from a 40 to a 55, but then that's going to go up to 120,000 per month. As of right now, it's only 500, but that could be like 120,100 per month. And then the local flyers, and then increase local paper ads. We honestly could be moving up to the 1,000 per month, but we're not even in the double digits. Like, once we hit the double digits, then I'll do this, because it says necessary to progress past 20 popularity and promotion. You kind of have to have the local paper ads, and then past 40 would be that, and past 60, past 80, and then global marketing and stuff like that. But that's when, like, you're making a profit and you're making money and stuff. And this, it's, I almost want to, video production and editing is go to here and do average, but and this is $500, but bad angles will receive an increase to segment, but great angles will receive a small hit to segment score. So it's like, so they can write their own, or I could pay the $500, but I think at this point, I don't have written contracts yet. So, I mean, I could make written contracts, but I'm trying to play the game, you know, as you were to grow, not you like force it into your settings. So, I could add, like, you know, writers work with talents, but then that's 500,000 per month that I'm doing that, and that's way too much money per month when I'm not even making money yet. So we will add match for Luis and Tegan, Sammy Andrews, title on the line. Do have the mid championship that we can improvise. There's that. Notes. Purpose. Luis look good. So there's that, but I didn't add. So I add Jackson to it. That's post show. That's supposed to be main show. So there's that. So Moses beat Lewis. Beat Hassan. So we're going to add a match. Or at an angle. We're going to entrance, Moses, 2 minutes. He's going to do promo on, even though it's heel on heel, but 5 minutes. And entrance of Christian, elevated. So that's 4, that's 9. And add him a amount of time. Because he's got the heat right now. It's pretty good with that. We're gonna do heal. Wrestling skill 54, 30 entertainment star power 43. What about his tag team partners? 37, 35, 52. We're gonna do add a match, singles match. Then we'll have Dylan, Basile, Purpose. Oh, should interfere with the match. No title on the line. Minutes. Put it towards the front. Can add a promo. For 10 minutes on he congratulating her or whatnot for what she did. We'll have Edward Russell. That was a mid-title on the line. Jonathan. Max. There's really nothing to do with that. That's a triple threat. Ooh. Add Jada Duncan to it. There's really no other person to wrestle with on the female side. Well, I mean Celia. She's in Eloise. That kind of match. Oh, MAE. We'll do that then instead. Or we did like we did with Moses. Did a video for 5 minutes. And a promo for 5. Do that. Okay. Now we're good. So there's really no them unless if we do add angle. So what's the so-so? It's really because the Ignacio. Excuse me. So we have booked the event. We will start the show. So we started off with a triple threat that really means nothing. It's all 3 faces and no heels. So they added a big spot, made it a 77 match quality, 36% crowd reaction, and 57 final score. Then we just have this, no notes regarding to it, so there's nothing but Samira gain point 2, MEE gain point 1, and 80% to the star boost of this. Then we have, to start off, Ignacio versus Dylan. It's huge. There, I guess there's nothing to say bad about them. 26% crowd reaction, 2.5 star match, 48% final score. Samira had an 87, so a little bit better than Emmy Yee in the pre-show. She gained another 0.2 and she gained another 0.1, 87%. And then we have Arabella, Hannah Wong, and Leslie all in one match. The intimidating presence of Arabella. Arabella match was much better than usual. Leslie was much better than usual. They did have a big spot, unless if they didn't do it. Local crowd were in love with the segment, and Hannah Wong wins. 35% crowd reaction, 3.5 star match, 81% match quality, and 58% final score. Then we got our 90% with a video of Jada Duncan and a promo of Duncan with 0.2. She adds to her popularity. Then we have Edward Russell taking on Anthony Wilson for the mid title, kind of making it an every promotion type thing that they face with the title. Sammy added quite a bit to it, and the crowd were in love with the segment. 35% crowd reaction, 3-star match, 73% match quality, and 54% final score. Then we have an 81% with Moses and Christian Gaines from last event. That Moses has been picking up momentum so far. And we have added them two in a storyline. Hopefully that I am booking it correctly within these events for him chasing to get that gold. He gained 2, gained 1, comes in, talks promo on Christian Gaines, was an 80%. Then he makes his entrance, and I probably should have picked promo instead of talks. But sometimes when they do the talking, it gives a better score in itself. So 81% final score. Then we have the main event with Eloise successfully retaining. Given Tegan was a little out of breath at the end. By the end of the match, she just about has the stamina for a match of this length. Eloise was made to look like a threat. It really helped her popularity. She gained 0.4. Tegan lost 0.2. 53% crowd reaction. 1.5 star match. 61% and 57% final score. We would have had an 80 score with our production being limited to a 40%. So we had $121,815 in ticket sales, and that is the last event of this episode. We will sim to the rest of the month and then kind of see what the finances are. That's kind of like the thing at the end of the episode. Kind of seeing what the finances are looking like and stuff, and if there's any emails I have to answer towards the end. So if we do 3, so it's 4 days, and then it's June 1st. Alright, so it's June 1st. As you can see, our finances are dipping down. Now, eventually you can now see it. Our popularity is still going up. We're at a 4.1 within the year and a half. We're at that halfway mark. Our finances, we've got none in merchandise because we don't have any written contracts. We don't have network deals. We don't have sponsorships. Developmental, we have nothing. Staff wages varied because of the whole signing Andre Freeman of the $50,000, and then now it's reasonable at $4,000, $5,000, $6,000, and then marketing having that $100. I guess apparently we didn't pay it in March, but we had some marketing in April and May. Oh wait, we have one more event to do. I kind of spaced out that we are in the halfway mark, but we are getting to where we need to be. We're at 1700 last event, and then I forgot to click on the new venue, and now we are going to this next event. I thought we were within 3 already, but we do April, May, and June in this one, and then we are at that halfway mark. We did January, February, March last event, where we got our 4 in a row of 100, and then thought to increase it to the 500, and we had a decent amount of people show up, and now it's increasing more and more. So commentary's been fine. Developmental, we don't have a child promotion. Medical, it is good. We can set a wellness policy where we would do drug testing, but then that's more money we're going to have to spend, so we're trying to save on that. Promises is you promise the title in July, and you promise the title win in September for them. Backstage morality, we could, eliminate him, and it would be at 100%, but we are not with them in tag team competitiveness as of right now within our titles, as they are the... Is there nobody the tag champs right now? Or am I just missing it? Tag champs, Ignacio and Bryce, they are tag champs for 103 days. The longest reign was before I released Ignacio, was 126, and then the shortest was with Iker, Bianchi, and Ignacio for 8 days. So we can look at title history and see who has had the titles. But it was vacant, obviously, because I created it, and then Ignacio and Bryce Boyer had it for a short time, and then Max Grassi and Lewis Colling had it for 28 days, and then Iker and Ignacio had it. So Ignacio has had it 3 times now, and then I had to vacate it because I released Ignacio of the -19 backstage morality, and then Basile and Lewis Colling got it for 35 days, and then Christian Gaines and Bryce Boyer, so he's a 2-time, and then the tag team that I newly acquired, Edward Russell and Jonathan Robinson, got it for 28 days, and then Basile and Dylan got it for 63, then another 63 for Edward Russell and Jonathan Robinson, and Ignacio and Bryce Boyer have it right now for 103 days. So we will move on to the next 7 days and see if we'll get any emails. Main event request. I've been working hard recently. I want to show the fans what I've got. I would like for September, except because you are going to be basically the main event when Moses Klein is ready to come for you for the title. But it probably will be main event time. I've been admiring the work of Moses Klein, and I would like to work with him. Perfect. You get another match with him. Because that's what possibly had plans for them two to go at it again. This coming up event. It was either that or Bryce Boyer or someone. So he was gonna give in another match again. So like I mentioned, hopefully you've appreciate these episodes, as these are fun to make, and it also kind of shows you all of what is in this game. There's people that have, as Moses and Christian have 73%, which is pretty good right now overall. But besides the point, that you see all these features, you see the money dripping down. It started at 100 million, and now it's dripping down. And then you see the popularity. You can also see the popularity of the other continents, but since we haven't traveled to those, or like I've mentioned before with my other series, if we get to 70%, 80%, 90%, 100%, we would be getting money in return from our sponsor, and getting 0.2 reputation, or like, popularity, reputation, and I could select whether it be Latin America, which is kind of, I would imagine it is South America. Europe is Europe. Asia, Oceania is Australia, and then Africa being the 6 continents, so to speak. So that is kind of how they have them labeled. So we will move on to booking the event. We will add the match. Or go to the office. So Jane Duncan, a title opportunity. You have promised Son match with Moses. So it would have to be this event. Okay. That is fine. So could also be the pre-show, but I want to make it the... Then we'll have Christian. Make it a 10-minute match. So there's that. Sammy, he seems to be doing pretty well for us. Purpose. Make Moses look good. Notes. Gotta take it easy. Don't need a major spot for it, but there's that. It does need a then title opportunity for him. Event spot. So that is that. Add a match. So that's and Jada. So 2 heels going at it, which obviously doesn't make sense, but that's what we're gonna have to deal with. Deal with that. Purpose. Make her look good. Then we'll have Celia. It's a 10-minute match. That'll be the main event, but then we're going to add the angle of stare down. For 5 minutes afterwards. There's that. That's the main event. And we're going to add an angle for this match. That. That. It's going to be 5 minutes after his match. So that's that. 2 minutes. And then entrance elevated. And that's perfect. I'll start off the show. Arabella. So Jaden Hassan. I thought I saw she wanted something, but I gotta go back there. Just got a lot of momentum. Could do the mid title. Yeah, why don't we do that? Women's mid title. We have Sammy Andrews, Purpose. Is that? Minutes. Since Anthony would be already out there. Stamina has been increasing. Is that? Okay. Bryce Boyer and pre-show. And elimination. Let's see if everybody gets involved. Elimination match. That. Go. There are 2 pre-show matches. Okay. All right. Start the show. We have Bryce Boyer and Jonathan Robinson. Jonathan performance was much worse than usual. 47% crowd reaction, 1.5 stars, 60%, and 54% final score. They didn't gain anything. Just spots. The Focal crowd were in love with it. Then we had Iker and Lewis, just kind of a match to put out there. Lewis' performance was much better than usual. Sammy just did lifting, 27%. 3-star match, 77 match quality, and 52% final score. And on to the actual show. We got 37% with this gimmick or angle. Max would get slightly better crowd response with a little bit more momentum. 0.1 for both and everything else. Then we have Anthony Wilson successfully retaining. Had a match, brought the match to another level at the major spot. Crowd were on their feet. And Sammy Andrews added a lot to it. So Seal lost 0.1, Anthony gained 0.1, 30%. 3-star match, 76%. 53 final score. Then we got Moses Klein with Hassan Coffey. Hassan Coffey wins, so that kind of doesn't help with Moses, and that got shifted away. Okay, but anyway, hopefully that helps as he gets chased or whatnot. So as you could see when I was booking it, so this Klein had a boost of the gimmick. He got a better reaction because of the momentum. Sammy Andrews did the heavy lifting, so 54% crowd reaction, 78% with a 3.5-star match, and 66 final score. Then we had a fatal 4-way elimination match. Hannah Wong wins. Even though I had it set to have Arabella Baxter to be kind of a threat or whatnot. Everyone seemed to be out of breath besides Arabella. The vocal crowd were in love with the match. 50% crowd reaction, 77 3-star match, and 63 final score. Then we have Samira winning the mid championship. They had a major spot. Star power helped. A lot of breath. Big spot, had the crowd on their feet. And that's the only kind of big thing that's happened between MEE and Samira. Now Samira has the mid title. 55% crowd reaction, 1.5-star match, 57% final score. Then we got 62% on Moses chasing after Christian. 62% final score. Then we have Eloise successfully retaining as Jada has been riding the wave right now with her videos and promos. She did not successfully get the title, but she did get a title match opportunity with her email saying, hey, she would want a title opportunity before kind of July or sometime in July, but it would not be after, it would be after this date and not before the next date of July. So got to give her that opportunity. I mean, I could have given her the mid one, but this kind of makes more sense with the storyline with Louise and Celia right now. She was out of breath, and then Sammy Andrews and Eloise was made to look like a threat. So they had 47% match. Crowd reaction, match was 78% with 3.5 star and 63% final score. We had a 54 with a stare down after the match. 62 due to production, and we gained 0.2. All right. Succeeded. This improved the relationship. This improved that relationship. I did not switch the events, so we did sell out with 100 tickets. So that'll be something. I'll have to change the venue right away. Stuff like that in each event. So otherwise I'm gonna forget to do that. But anyway, that being said, we kind of know what, I'm just going to simulate the next 7 days, but we kind of similar know with what the finances are. Hopefully we can Title win request. Leslie. The time has come. Image. Sure. I'll do that. But right now, Christian and Moses is 69%. Celia and Eloise is 59%. Hannah and Leslie is 50. And Anthony and Max is 44. I think I might just end those storylines, to be honest. They're not really getting much. I mean, they had Heat at 81% right now, but now it's dropping. And this is just all over the place. But after the next time that they face in a ring, it will be, I think, basically over for them. For Luis and Celia, because it would be like the best 2 out of 3. So, and then this is basically, I don't know. When it comes to that, if someone in the comments knows all this stuff with how to get these storylines to progress at a decent rate, let me know in the comments down below. But I can't see. I can get them to a certain percent, but it's like right now the only thing that I can really get a good push out of something is if I do videos and promos for two months and then call it good. So, and then it's like, hey, they got to push. So we will see in that nature. So hopefully you appreciate this episode. Feel free to like and comment and subscribe to the channel, and have a good one.